day, or if it's due to Facebook having me on these stupid restrictions every time I'm trying to post or communicate with people. Apparently I can't perform certain tasks or whatever. Um, I'm trying to set up a new Facebook, but I can't use my IP address. It never lets me open them from my IP address. So I've got a few trusted sources, but I have to wait for them to do stuff like that for me. Do you understand? So yeah, everybody, please bear with me. This isn't towards everybody, but this is towards certain people on my page that are hasty or making comments before they've seen anything or given me a chance. Not that I need to prove anything to anyone because I've lived this experience. I push evidence in people's faces and they're like, I can't see how this is relevant. If I got a piece of paper which said organs on it, hearts, children, I think my heartstrings would start to pull, whether I had a child or I didn't, that was in the care system. It's like you give evidence to people and because they can't see it, they then want to badmouth you. Um, Hi Sandy. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm just having a little rant because I'm sick of technical stuff. I'm not good on computers and stuff like that. If I could easily do a Zoom and knew how to do a Zoom and add all my documents, this would be so much easy for me. So much easy for me. I'm not great on computers. And I've just put up a video. I read a lot of books. I'm not interested in internet. I haven't had a Facebook in 12 plus years. Seriously. Because I just don't like social media. So there's a lot of things. I've jumped back on Facebook. It's new to me. There's this that I'm still learning. So as quickly as people want me to upload stuff, also jeopardizing myself and going to prison because these people will do you have to do things smart. You can't just give your soul to the devil. It is draining. People just thank you. Well, do you know what it is? Normal people like you. Do you know what? Majority of the people this year that I've come into communications with are actually woke, but there's still some that are sleeping, and it's like they blame the woke ones that they're awake because they want to sleep and not find out stuff for themselves. If I give you a piece of paper, surely what would you do? You would click on it and you would go Google it for yourself, or you would be like, how did you get this? You would want to learn how the internet service works, how I got this, or do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to get given something and sit there and look at the paper and not do no research for myself. Basically, it's like people want you to bring them to the water and they also want you to lift up the water and let them drink it as well. So I'm having technical difficulties, but I'm trying to work my way around it. As soon as I have a time for you all, I'm going to do this properly. And let me just say, I'm doing this one time and one time only. The video will remain on my timeline as long as it does. Like I said, I'm setting up another Facebook. I need to make a backup page because some haters are on here trying to get me closed down. Um, but once that's done and everything, then the trusted people will get it. I'll add them onto there and stuff like that. I've got an encrypted email, but even that, if people want stuff or whatever, you're gonna have to send me some assurity that I know that you're real and that you're not a social worker or you're not one of these fraudulent traffickers or you're not. Do you understand? Because this is my life. I don't fear nothing but the Most High. That's where they've come unstuck for me. I'm not showing my face. Now someone's saying bring on the camera. No, 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 no. I go with the belly on everywhere. I don't reveal my identity. For those of you who know who I am, you know who I am. I'll just say I'll take off the mask when Ocean comes back. Is that real? I'll take off my mask when my daughter comes back and these criminals are behind bars. Because the same way they've been walking around in their masks, changing their wigs and God knows what other identities that they want to choose, I have to safeguard myself. But those of you who know me, you know me. Do you get what I'm saying? You know what I look like. There's certain of you that I will reveal myself to in case anything happens, then you need to know who I am. But for my own thing, I'm not going on no Facebook with my whole face and my whole atmosphere, my whole background exposed. You have to think smart with these people. You have to think smart with these people. Our lives are not jokes. For those of you that know stuff, you know you got to guard yourself. You have to do the most tactical stuff to stay alive. But like I'm saying, when I go through my life, I will explain it all to you so you lot know how surreal this situation is. Honestly. Honestly. I don't know how I've done it. I do, but if I told you lot would never believe me. So we'll just leave it at that. But I'll come back on soon. I'll give you all an announcement. I'm just trying to fix my technical stuff, what is going on. And honestly, bombs will drop. And there's a couple other people, like when I'm posting things on my timeline that are reaching out to me also. I can't access my DMs right now. Like I'm saying, I don't know if it's because of my Facebook bans. I'm not on WhatsApp due to how severe things got. I change my number every week because somehow these people get it. This has been like a witch hunt. They've put GPS trackers on my phone. They've tapped my phones. They've done this. They've done that. I change my numbers every week. I lose out of contact with people when my numbers change. I'm not on WhatsApp. I remove myself. Basically, I make myself non-accessible to these people. The only reason I'm on Facebook right now is to talk light now, because if I don't talk, my daughter does not stay alive. It's that real. If one of these traffickers is walking around with my daughter, you lot are going to know what to do. You scream, you think. It's that serious. I'm getting a panic alarm. We all need to get panic alarms as well, because there's so much of us that have been assaulted. I was nearly murdered on the 7th of April by 4 police officers. No joke. I've got all the bruisings. I've got what recordings I could have once I was enabled to have back my stuff after obviously the assaults took place. But I was choked. And they told me to keep my mouth shut so my neighbours do not hear. They are frustrated with me right now because I am leaking certain things that they don't want me. Basically, you thought you could bring a criminal case. That was no case. Then I find out it wasn't even child proceedings. Oh my gosh. It just gets... That's what I'm saying. Let me go through it from the top. Let me go through it from the top. Get a dog. Now, my neighbours have got the dogs. They work for me. I've got my cameras. I put the stones out the front of my house. I've put the sensor lights there. That's what I'm saying. I know how to guard myself against these people. And my neighbour's got a business as well, so he's got camera. I've got, yeah, real friends. My camera as well. There's like certain people that are hooked up to my camera also. That's what I'm saying. This thing's so real. There's certain people that are hooked up to my camera in case I can't make any calls or do this or do that. Then they know exactly what would have happened. Yeah, I'm being harassed. It's more than harassment. It's like manslaughter. It's literally like manslaughter, treason, perjury, you name it. You name it. You name it. I can't even keep the paperwork in this house. That's how bad it is. It's the only thing I have, which is, I cannot even keep the paperwork, any paper to do with my daughter's case. I cannot keep in this house. You've got to be joking me. I used to sleep on top of it. That's how bad it is. I used to sleep on top of this paperwork and thing. That's how bad it is. So the paperwork's gone from this house. I've had to move it. But it's accessible to me. I've got certain bits on my phone, certain this, certain that. So at times when you lot's asking me for stuff, like I said, you're gonna have to go away and do the research for yourself. This phone is full to the brim. I'm having to go away now and get another phone so I can now make a phone specifically for all of this content, which has an unlimited memory card, because there's more and more popping up. There is more and more and more popping up. And then it's like, you do some research, you think you're done on that research, and then somebody else comes to you and goes, oh no, actually, so-and-so's got information on the Enfield trafficking ring as well. Lambeth needs to get held accountable. Like, I'm not crying, I am shaking. My throat, that's what I'm saying, I'm sick with hay fever, sick, like my throat, everything's going wrong for me today, but that's what I'm saying, is these things that people don't see. You know, people just expect I'm sitting on Facebook all day. I just posted up my books. That's what I like to do, and that's what saves me in this situation. That's what saves me is my books. The second I take my head out of my Bible, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. The second I take my head out of my Bible, I feel everything. He is our only salvation. You don't need to know this. You don't need to start reading your Bibles. He tells us all. He's warned us all. And I stay strong and keep my faith, because boy, when he gets them, the wicked perish. The wicked will perish. That's what I'm saying. For us ones that have had our trials and tribulations on this earth, there's no more for us once this is done. When all the nations get together and we're at his feet, oh, what a beautiful, I can feel that in my heart. I can really feel it. And he's what's kept me. Anyway, I'm coming off here now. I'm going to go sort out my stuff. I need to go to the shop, get paper, print what I can print so I can display. And basically this fight and this war goes on, and I ain't stopping until my baby comes back. Alright, thank you for everybody. I can't answer. Wait, sorry, let me just go up because I don't want to ignore anybody. Stay in contact with real friends. If you know what you find in these situations, you don't have any. That's what you find. Or they get paid out. Even your friends get paid out and your family blood take money. Yeah, I've got the yep. They can't get into my property without me knowing, so that's good. At their own peril, as I say. Yeah, no, I won't show my face until my daughter's back at all. Um, yeah, I've got loads of copies, loads of copies. Um, it's sad, but it's sad. It's sad to say that this is actually reality. Like what people will do for power, and a piece of paper. What people will do, a piece of paper means more to them than blood. Yeah. All right, everyone. I'm trying to catch up on these messages, but what I'll do, I'm staying strong. Listen, it's more angry tears. I've gone past the. It sounds crazy. I've gone past the hurt. Like I don't think these people can do anything more to me than what they've already done. Like honestly, like you've seen the stuff. Like it's hard to come on there and say police done certain things to you in a police cell, and expect people to believe you. And it is also my privacy. Like I've just had to post up papers for people to validate that the professionals, the so-called professionals, would actually stoop so low to do something like that to somebody in a cell. This is my life. This is my life. This is my children's life. So what about when my son grows older or my daughter grows older and they go on the internet or they type in this or they type in that and their mum's stuff pops? I don't want to emotionally traumatize or scar my kids. I'm not adding fuel to the fire. People don't think about that stuff. That's the stuff what people don't think about. That's how social services are. A child is 10 years old. It can access its records. Did you not know that? Anything else you need to do in this earth, in this world, you need to be 18, 21. And some cases now they're trying to bring like a little 25, you have to look 25 thing. A kid can access social care records at the age of 10. So if you are a child of a mother who has experienced sexual assault, I'm not just saying women, men experience this stuff too. I'm not being biased, but I'm just speaking from my own perspective. Why do I want that to happen to my children? They're not thinking about the abuse, what they're doing to people. They don't think about it because it's all to save them. And it's like they like to recycle. They like to make these cases from young. So then the kids grow up traumatized. Then they have a reason to point mental health. Then they don't have to do cruel things that they do and then blame mental health. Whose child gets taken and they say don't cry, and then they point to the judge and say, oh look, there's the mental health, emotional. What? I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm not sick like you people that dress up and go in people's homes and pretend to be what you are. I'm not sick. Nothing like. Nothing like. They make my skin crawl. They actually make my skin crawl. Yeah, it is all about money. It's all about money. But guess what? Money shreds. Money burns. You can't carry your money to a grave. That's what they fail to realize. They cannot carry all of this hurt and trauma and this pain and their documents, what they work so hard for. They can't take that to their grave with them. Wolves in sheep's clothing, exactly. Yeah, no, Colleen Els, I was just literally explaining I'm having technical difficulties that I'm trying to sort out. So everybody needs to be patient with me because I'm my own person. You know, I like to dedicate my time to Most High, not to no devil, demon, deities. So I was in the middle of reading. Yep, but I'll literally coming back on. I'll announce to everybody a time I'm coming on live. Like I said, I've got to go shop quickly, run, get paper so I can print off the main things I want to point to. I don't know how to do all zooms and that and add documents to the background for you all. That's what I'm saying. I don't use technology. I'm not a serpent. Like I don't use technology. But yeah, definitely 1,000% later, bombs are getting dropped. Bombs are getting dropped. Am I able to appeal? I would be able to appeal if the judge whose law firm that was used in court wasn't representing the local authority. Yeah, that I found out after. So basically, yeah, an unbiased, premeditated case. I had the adoption agency person in my house posing as a social worker. This is how premeditated this whole shit was. And it was all, like I'm saying, police done something very disgusting to me in a police cell. And then to mask it all up, they've painted like I'm crazy. Let's see how crazy I am. I'm going to be posting up my certificates as well. They've done all of this to me. In the midst, I've gone away. I've been able to achieve my mental health diploma. I've been able to achieve 2 certificates for working with women that have been through domestic violence. I've actually just recently got a book contract because I'm starting to write children's books. I'm starting to write children's books. Who explains to a child, if all these so-called parents have mental health, who ever explains to the child what mental health is? Who? With the professionals. Someone's got to. I'm all about prophesizing. I'm all about talking truth. You just got to do things smart. And I'm sorry to say it, there is a lot of white people on here that might take offense to this, but when you are black, it's a completely different ball. I wouldn't even say I'm black. That's what I'm saying. I'm mixed race, but they will cast me down on paper like I'm black. My white granddad fought World War I and II for this country and done a very important job too. Sorry, I'm just reading when I'm going quiet. Yes, Killian, I'm still going to do the interview. 1000%, because I ain't on nothing. The evidence is all there. I've got all my evidence anyway. That's why I don't fear nothing what people say. When people are like, where's your proof? Where's your this? I don't believe this. I don't believe that. No one's lived my life. 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 Nobody's walked in my shoes. You lot couldn't, most of you on here and the ones that say that, you lot couldn't even walk in Primark slippers of mine that I used to wear and threw away. This is what I'm saying. This is hard, you know, to keep yourself alive. And as well, a lot of you are like, expose this. Where's evidence? What is the first thing they say to you in family court? If you share this or that, or if you share, then you'll go to jail. Who's going to jail for 10 years when my daughter's out here with these psychopaths? I've got to stay on the streets so I can ride this to dear death. I've got to stay out here for my daughter, so I know how these people work. I expose what I expose when I expose. I had to wait to get a barrister on the phone recorded to say this was all a lie, this was all this was... I had to get other professionals to start speaking out about how wrong this is and how much this has been hidden before now I launch on Facebook and I post my stuff. Do you not understand? It takes time. It is a slow process whilst not trying to shoot your own foot off. How can I save my daughter from behind bars? How? 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 And then they arrest you and then they just do these weird things to you in cells. And that part there, like that, I'm a very war-torn woman. I've been through dirt. Let me just tell you, I've been through dirt and nothing from childhood. I had the best childhood. It's all when I moved to this disgusting town here, yeah? And people's racist and they do racist things. That's when my problem started. And then professionals make one mistake and then what it turns to, oh my gosh. And then when you actually dig and you find what you find is sick. I feel sick. Nah, sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, I'm started causing these riots now. So I'm gonna start now. That's what I'm saying. There's a couple of you on here that are woke, and I know you know. Yeah, they are all limited companies. They're more than limited companies.